Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badruddin and today we are going to solve lab number 8 from web cache poisoning vulnerability. This is the second lab of implementation flaw of cache. So in the previous lab we actually covered web cache poisoning via an unkeyed query string. And today's lab we will see how we can identify and exploit the web cache poisoning vulnerability via unkeyed query parameter. So before going further, this little disclaimer as always for you. This video and its content are only for educational and awareness purpose, and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. So I already opened up the burp suite here. I'm going to start the burp proxy on my browser and just refresh the page. Back to the burp proxy here. And here we can see this is our first request. So there is cache between the user browser and the web server. So you can see here cache control maximum age is 35 seconds. Right now its age is 16. And this response is coming from the cache, not directly from the server. So I'm going to send this request to the repeater. And one thing I'm going to do here, like I'm going to right click, go to the extension, go to the parameter miner, and then guess parameter. And this time I'm going to guess the get parameters, because we see here the request is get request, right? So, and one thing I just want to mention here, that you can see the dummy parameter name is UTM campaign. So I will describe what this parameter is all about and what it's doing, what is the purpose of this parameter. So the first thing, I'm going to click OK, go to the extender and then come to the output. Here you can see one attack is queued. So let this attack or brute force for the get parameter work, and we will see what is UTM parameters. So UTM parameters. So UTM stands for Urchin Tracking Module. UTM stands for Urchin Tracking Module. These are used by marketers to track the effectiveness of the online marketing campaigns across traffic source and publishing media. And it is used in the Google Analytics. And what this Google Analytics does, these parameters can be parsed by analytics tool and used to populate reports. Like suppose you might have seen a lot of websites are there. When you open those sites, you also get some banners of other advertisements, banner of other websites, right? So whenever you click that banner, this is actually the campaign. So campaign of a product, it could be campaign for an institute. So whenever the campaign for a product or for any advertisement is going on, so these all use UTM parameters to basically know that how user is accessing our websites, and if someone visit my site for which I am advertising, so from which source that user is coming to visiting my website. So there are 5 type of UTM parameters. Like the first type of UTM parameter is UTM underscore source. This is the first type of UTM parameter. And what this parameter does, this parameter identifies which site send the traffic. Okay, which site send the traffic. The second UTM parameter is UTM underscore medium. And what this does, this actually identifies what type of link was used. And the third one is UTM underscore campaign. So this one identifies a specific product promotion, what I mentioned before. Fine. And there is one more, UTM underscore term, I think. So this parameter identifies the search term. So the Google actually calculate that how much a specific term is searched. So for that, Google uses UTM term. And this is not only limited to the Google. Another type of analytics, if you want to do for your application, you can also use these parameters for the analytics and generating the report that, okay, in 1 month, these number of users visited my site. Among all of those users, these number of users visited our website through this advertisement campaign, and these number of users came to know about my website or my institution by searching this specific term, something like this. Okay. The fifth one is UTM content. So what this does, this actually identifies what specifically was clicked to bring the user to the site, such as banner or link. You are, suppose that on a website where you find a link or recommended link or referenced link, once you click that link, you visited or redirected to another website. That basically calculated through this UTM content. Fine. So these all are analytics parameter that is introduced by Google, used for Google Analytics or in the analytics tool. Fine. So what happened? A lot of time applications exclude these parameters from the URL. And here you can see we are looking for unkeyed query parameter. So whenever you fuzz or you look for query parameter, you should also think about this, because maybe the web application is using these parameters, but these parameters are in terms of cache mechanism, a lot of time these terms are unkeyed. So unkeyed means the cache will not identify the source request by these parameters. For example, let's say I'm accessing https://www.example.com. Okay, and there is a parameter, let's say param is equal to 123, and then there is another parameter, let's say f is equal to ASDF, and there is another parameter, let's say UTM underscore content, and that's equal to let's say there is something 4444. So what happened, whenever the user requests this URL, the cache will identify the request up to here. Okay, and this parameter will be excluded. So through this, the cache will identify your request and respond accordingly, and this one will be excluded. So let's go back to our output here, and up to now we did not find anything. So come back here in the repeater and click send this request. Now as you can see, this response is coming directly from the web server, so we get here miss. Send it again and we come here. Now what I'm going to do here is, this is gonna be your URL, right? So I'm going to try to add here something, let's say query is equal to 123456, and just click send here. And once we send this, we can see this query string is added here, right? Okay. If I change this, let's say instead of 123456, but before that, one more thing. As you can see here, the age is 0. If we send again, you can see the age is 20, 23. But if we change this and we send it, so you can see it should be 27, 29, 28, but this time, because we changed the query string and the parameter value, we get a fresh response from the server which was not cached in the cache. So that means this query string is countable in the cache. Means cache is identifying this query string and this parameter, and whenever you change something which is unique, it is going to be cached. But what if, let's say, file is equal to test, okay, and send this again. So you can see miss, and here if you come to see, you will find this send. Okay, let's go to extender, we find something or not. So here we find something now. Okay, that's perfect. So up to here we did not find anything, but after that, here you can see identified parameter on this URL with UTM underscore content. Okay, and the request can be something like this. UTM content is the parameter and its value is, this is some randomly generated value, and we can also add any parameter with any value and with any parameter any value, as we did before here. So now we have UTM content. I'm going back here and let's say leave it like this. Just I'm going to send this to see one more thing. Come back here, hit OK. Now I'm going to copy this URL, come back here, paste that, hit enter, and fine. We are not getting here anything. So to test that whether it's working fine or not, what I'm going to do, I'm going to enclose this here. So for that, with the test value, if I say single quote slash and greater than sign, what it will do, let's just send this. So you can see now this link tag is closed here and this one is now free. And if we say anything here, let's say 789, 789, 789, send it again. So we find it here. Now this is the extra text which we will see in the browser if we access this. Come back here and paste that, hit enter. Okay, now if we remove this query string, now you can see it's identified that this response for this request is not cached, or if cached, it cached the genuine response. So now my purpose is what? My purpose is to generate alert 1. Okay, but with, let's say, instead of all that, you can keep these. Just add here one more parameter which is UTM underscore content, okay, is equal to, close this, and here I'm going to write script alert 1, and here also script, right? So just send this, and here as you can see, this is our script. Now if we come back, we need to keep this request sending, and whenever the user visit the home page, he will get the alert. Okay, if you want to test it, we can test it by copying this URL and paste it here, hit enter. Okay, that means it's working, but still the lab is not solved. So for this, because we don't know at what time exactly user will visit the site, so we just need to keep sending this request so the response is cached in the cache. this response. Or what we can do, let's leave all of these and just send the request. What happened? Alert 1 is script. We get here something. Let's leave all of these. Just hit enter. Error. Why so? Turn off this. Send it again. Server gateway timeout. Okay, so we get back. Unfortunately, the lab got expired, or the session was expired. So again, I open the lab and just need to do some extra work. For this, what I need to do here is go to the proxy, and I want to clear history for the previous one, and just hit enter here, and this is the request. So everything we already identified, like the unkeyed parameter. Just send this request. Rest of the thing we already saw, and we already found that UTM content was the unkeyed parameter. So I'm going to put UTM content. Wait a moment, just I need to first send this request to get the response here. Okay, now we just need to put UTM underscore content is equal to, first of all we need to enclose this one. Okay, so let's say 1 2 3 and enclose that. Now we can put the script tags, script alert, and alert we need to generate is 1, and script, right? So just we need to send this again and again. So 35 one more time. Now as you can see, the cookie, the set cookie UTM content is equal to this, and if we come back here, you can see the user, in that time user visited the page and the lab is solved. And if we try to hit enter here, you can see we did not put here any parameter or query string, but we get here the alert. So that means our purpose is done. So if you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. See you in the next video. Bye.